Hello guys, it's Weebs here. You can call me Weebs. This is my Bleach 686 chapter review. First things first, this chapter was okay. Was it good? No. Was it bad? No. We're talking about a man who had a limited amount of time to finish his series. We don't know how much time he had. Before, people said it was 20 weeks, then it was 5 weeks, then it was 2 weeks, and so Kubo didn't have a lot of time to properly finish this series at all. We don't know what he could have had planned. We don't know how Bleach could have really ended, and we'll never get that. I mean, we'll probably get a bunch of that shit in like fanfic.net where people just sit there and type out how they think Bleach could have ended, but there's no possible way to really figure out how Bleach would have ended unless Kubo says so in like an interview or something like that. Now, what I think about this chapter, I think there's a potential for a sequel. Well, do I think a sequel will happen? Well, maybe, yes. This is not the first time that a series has ended with so many cliffhangers and so many plot holes, and people thought it was over and it came back, because this isn't, at least not for me. A few years ago, I was reading a series called Mahou Sensei Nejima, and while I was reading Nejima and getting towards the end, I realized there's a lot that they did not cover in this series. There's a lot of plot holes, there's some development that hasn't happened, there's a lot of cliffhangers. 5 years later, Yuku Holder comes out. Yuku Holder comes out and basically swoops in and answers so many questions. It like gives you closure. And I honestly think the same thing is definitely possible with Bleach. I don't think Bleach is going to end like this. I don't think Bleach is going to end in such a bad, shitty way. For example, To Love Ru Darkness. Or well, To Love Ru. To Love Ru ended so bad. I think it was like 148 or 48, something like that. It ended so badly. It was horrible. Then To Love Ru Darkness came out and it's like, oh, here's more that you missed. There's more things to this. This is the first part of it, and here comes the second part. It's like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. It's a potential sequel that can definitely be made and definitely can be created and based around Ichigo and Rukia's kids. I'm not like Ichigo and Rukia as in their ship. I mean like Rukia and Renji's kids and Ichigo and Orihime's kids. Because, you know, all of that's been confirmed to be an official thing. So other Ichi Rukia fans like myself were a little bit salty. I definitely think there's going to be a potential. This last chapter was probably disappointing, but the entire thing was disappointing, and I can't blame Kubo for it. Even if Bleach didn't have a strong story, he wouldn't have ended it like this. It wouldn't have been this bad. Anyway, I don't know how Kubo is going to do it. He can either wait a few years, like Ken Akamatsu, and continue his series with his spin-off, or he can do what Kishimoto is doing, and have somebody else continue it, and he works with that person. I'm not sure. But there's potential for Bleach to have a sequel. People are doubting it, but we're not entirely sure yet. What could possibly happen? What can happen 5 years from now? What can happen from 2 years from now? We don't know. But the fact is that there's a lot of plot points. There's a lot of cliffhangers, and it's something that Kubo couldn't help. I don't think Kubo wants to go down like this. I don't think he wants the series to go down like this. 15 years of his work just busted on the toilet like that? There's just no way. And I don't think Shonen Jump would literally spit in the face of all these fans like this. Especially people that supported him throughout all these years, for this 15-year journey. I don't think they would do it. I hope they don't do it. I understand they're a business, but you still have to focus about customer satisfaction. And a lot of people aren't satisfied with this. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Arigato and ja matane.